are you too normal? If y'all hear jet engine in the background, that's just my laptop uploading a video. We on the ghetto grind right now, okay?
I'm a weirdo. I'm not normal according to society. But I'm 37 and I do not fit in. I don't fit into society norms. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't have friends. I don't have a family that I speak to.
That is almost like one of the main things that I see a lot of people who have some type of something going on in their lives. It always stems around family. That's what I'm saying, man. Family is the most important thing you can have. There are people who live this life who don't give a damn about nothing. They just want themselves. They can be by themselves for the rest of their life. There are people out there that are like that. You can. Some people be like, no, that don't exist. You need somebody. Some people are fine with being alone, bro. Most people aren't, though. I'm not. It's like she ain't either.
There's a lot about me that just does not fit into what societal norms are. And I'm just going to discuss how I discuss it, really, because I guess I'm a weirdo. I'm not normal according to society. But at the end of the day, I'm asking myself, actually, a lot of the things that I do and that have happened to me, have they actually helped me in a way? Have they saved me from a little bit more heartache or pain than I maybe would have had to endure if I didn't make the decisions that I've made, and if I wasn't the way that I am? I mean, am I normal, or is everyone else not normal? You know, I mean, who defines what is normal in this?
I don't think nobody's normal. No, I don't think normal. I don't think nobody is. Actually, no, that's a good fucking question.
That's what I want to know. Fair enough. Like, I'm 37. I don't have kids. I'm not married. I don't have friends. I don't have, a family I speak to. Yeah, there is a lot of things about me that may not fit into what is normal. And how do I feel about it? I know, I feel like I'm at more peace. So I don't know whether this normality of what society is telling us is normal. Are you sure, is that giving us more peace, or is it giving us more headache? I don't know, and I've just often wondering, since I haven't spoken to my family, since I don't have friends, since I'm living this life in my 30s without kids at the moment, right? Since I'm not married, since I don't have these things.
Without kids at the moment, I don't know. You talking about at the moment, it might be at the forever. 37 with no kids. Man or woman, you pushing it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying that's all I'm saying, but that's all I ain't gonna say no more, but that's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to lie, I feel quite at peace. So, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a mother. Maybe there's a leaf in that book that is just amazing, and I truly believe that is something that will bring a kind of love that you will never experience. So I see that point, but then on the other side, I do see wow, but this does look very stressful. I see a lot of women that seem to be under a lot of stress, because it's not if you have these things like kids, you can just chill. No, it's it just seems a lot, and, I see a lot of women with lots of women friendship groups that don't seem to be having the best experience.
So there's been a lot of women recently talking about they don't really see the point in having kids, and how they just need their friends, and how having a traditional family is overrated nowadays. I ain't gonna lie, I see where they're coming from. People are struggling to feed themselves. Why the hell would you bring another life into this world knowing damn well that you can't feed shit? You can't feed yourself. You can barely take care of yourself right now. And it's not your fault, bro. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that things are the way they are. Well, I mean, it might be, because some of y'all be trifling as hell. But a lot of the times, we can't get upset at what people say just because they don't align with what we say. And that's like elementary. You know, that's that. What did Patrick say? What was that Patrick said?
It's first grade, SpongeBob.
Honestly, I think if you don't fit in, like if you're kind of a traditionally different person than what society actually thinks is normal, because like I said, I don't think nobody's normal, but if you think you don't fit in to what normal is, having kids probably won't do nothing. It really won't solve nothing. It'll just solve you feeling like you're trying. You know, it'll be like getting shot with a assault rifle and then putting like some Neosporin on.
Again, I will come back to the fact that if you are, I love makeup, I love fashion, so people may think like, oh, I really want to like engage, like I fit into this society, I fit into like.
Okay, and see, that's something right there too. She said she loved fashion and she loved makeup. That's a pretty normal thing. It's kind of like if a guy says, nah, I don't think I'm normal, bro. I ain't normal. But I mean, I do like guns and football. American football. It just gets me because people have these things that they like, but then they in turn find reasons to not want to fit in. I'm not saying that's what she's doing.
I'm so furthest from what is fitting in at all, and so it's like there's a dichotomy of like
Dichotomy.
and so it's difficult to engage in conversation with people, even in the workplace, even where
Yo, I heard a grown man grunting. Somebody was about to get shot.
I becomes like trying to avoid people and just like, you know, protect my peace and energy and just be at home, and like that was my you know, just eat some snacks and just like just in my world. That was my. And it's like, you can't say you do that every weekend because people are gonna think, what was wrong with her? Yeah, like she's gone over hands. Yeah, I gone over hands, but like I can't say that, can I? It does not fit with like. If you're in a workplace, it does not fit. You go, oh yeah, how's your week?
I think that actually is like a normal thing. Read about not fitting in. It's just more so of her noticing it, and it becomes like, damn, I don't think I'm not like these. I'm not like people. Everything she says so far, it doesn't sound like she just can't fit in. I mean, she stays at home. A lot of people stay at home, especially nowadays. She don't got no friends. A lot of people don't have like no people who they always hang out with or who they can always talk to. Now the family thing, that's kind of iffy. You know, that's like something a little bit different. But she likes things that traditionally women tend to like. A lot of women tend to like. Most women tend to like, honestly. You know, so it's like nothing. I haven't heard nothing like, oh yeah, I like this sub niche group community of only a handful of people on the entire planet, you know. So even if I were to talk about it, nobody would even know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Patience from family, from maybe you feel like you need to fit into this certain friendship group. Maybe there's something that you feel embarrassed about. Maybe you're this age and you're not married. You're this age and you don't. I want you to know, just breathe. It's okay. I promise you. I think the best thing that I have found was just focus, keep growing on yourself, keep learning who you are, and I think through that process, you naturally will allow the right thing to come to you.
I used to think short form content and TikTok are one of the reasons why so many young people nowadays think if you don't become a quadrillionaire with 100 billion followers on every single platform before you're 25 years old, then your life is over. But I think it's always been, the older I get, the more I realize that it's always been harder for younger people to accept that it's going to take time. Most people aren't going to get lucky to be able to make it in whatever they're doing, whatever they want to do. before 30 years old, you know? So, I mean, she's talking about it from a woman's perspective. I'm gonna talk about it from a dumbass's perspective. Me personally, I knew I always wanted to make movies and I wanted to make content on YouTube. Now, I could have started back when I was 12 years old because that was around the time when I was like, you know what? I think I really can do it. Even before then, I wanted to do it, but it wasn't until I was 12 when I was like, oh yeah, I think I can actually do this. I didn't do it. I probably waited about another good 7 years. Yeah, well, actually was 7 years because my very first YouTube video I ever did was when I was 19. It was a Dark Souls 3 modded video. Now, looking back at it, I was the type of person to be like, man, I really messed up. I should have started at 12. No, you shouldn't have. Most 12-year-olds aren't going to think about, man, I need to make my future right. Man, I need to get started in my career. This is what I want to do. No! Even me right now, with me making my first film at 25 years old, I could have been mad at 19-year-old me and be like, oh my God, I should have been started, man. I should have made my first film at 19, man. Nah, bro.
Taking the piss with it a little bit. But it's okay, because you'll look back at those times and be like, okay, wow. You know? Even family, friends, can be anyone, you know? No one's, you know, out of the picture here, so it makes you look back and you think to yourself, wow, like you were so good to these people and they do this to you, and that's truly their intention. It is quite shocking the amount of people that can just do this. And so people can lie, people can not tell you the truth, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the ones that, you know, sometimes the stranger will tell you the truth more than anyone closer to you. And they will see that shine in you more than other people that are close to you. And you've got to ask yourself, why?
Strangers have no obligations.
We'll come across this stranger and he saw something in me, like, that I thought I was doubting myself. And then he just said, oh, you're so good. Oh, you're so good. Oh, you're like, what? Wait a minute, I've known these people my whole life. Why have they never told me this?
Exactly.
So, I don't want you to look around your family and think point your finger and think everyone's like, no. That is not the case. But what I'm trying to say, in order for me to be my true self, I found that stepping away from opinions, stepping away from the noise, stepping away and being able to see like a bird's eye view, you know, like I'm on the rooftop looking down. Like you're on the top of a mountain and you're just sitting there and everyone else is down there and you have just a moment to like, what is this? You know, doing these things, why did I do that? Why did I don't know, you can just ask yourself these questions, and sometimes you just ask yourself the question. Sometimes you'll just hear a voice coming back to you and you'll just be like, and again, as I said before, I think the biggest catalyst of self, and
shout out to her. Of course, my laptop lands its ass back on the ground as soon as I'm about to wrap this video up. But that video, honestly, it pointed out a lot that I thought it would, but it went in a different route. It was a long one, so I'll leave the link down in the description if you guys want to check out the original one. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being normal, but I think crazy is the way to go. That's just me. That's just me. My friends call me a masochist. I call me psychotic because I answer myself when I talk to myself.